the way that you sleep is based on a few things, or preparing for your sleep is based on a few things. One, you have your circadian rhythm. And number two, you have certain your levels of cortisol. And then number three is this buildup of this thing called adenosine. And so your circadian rhythm is on a 24-hour cycle. And so if you see that here, this is midnight. So your sleep urge is going down as you start getting into your wakefulness. So this is the natural circadian rhythm. You might get a little bit sleepy in the afternoon, maybe a short nap. Once you get through that, sleep pressure goes down, and then it builds up towards the end. So what happens is, as you start to wake up, cortisol level goes up. So adenosine is down, cortisol starts to go up. That creates that wakefulness. So when you wake up, you do have more cortisol, less adenosine, and then your circadian clock, it's almost like a timer starts when you wake up in the morning of when you should go back to bed. The first thing you want to do first thing in the morning to start that circadian clock is get light in the eyes. In the old days, we slept outside. So you would wake up, the first thing you do is as soon as the sun came up, it's in the eyes. But now we wake up indoors. We end up in a little office or cubicle, or we're in a dark room where we don't get any kind of light. And then maybe in the afternoon we might see some sunlight, but that never, through our eyes, it never started that kind of timer. Does that make sense? So you want to get sunlight first thing in the morning. Then as the day goes on, you get a buildup of adenosine. That's what creates this sleep pressure. So later on in the day, if you're on the couch watching TV, or you're reading, or it's just later in the day and you're just like, oh, I can't keep my eyes open, I'm getting so tired. That's the sleep pressure building up. That's the buildup of adenosine. The way that caffeine works is caffeine affects the adenosine receptors. So it keeps the buildup of adenosine so you have more wakefulness. It does a couple of other things, but one of the big things it does is the impact it has on the adenosine receptors, which is why you don't want caffeine too late in the day, because it promotes more wakefulness and you don't get into the deep level layers of sleep.